What's going on YouTube? Trucking in life here one more time, guys. Guys and gals and girls and girls. Yeah. Remember I told you guys sometimes you gotta do things you really don't want to do. So you don't operate, you gotta fix stuff yourself sometimes. Well, look right here. Anybody notice anything missing right here? It's the old one. I gotta change that one too, but I ain't gonna do it right now. But the mud flap, man, I turned the corner. I had a trailer the other day, and I turned the corner, and the road was like real dipped, and the load was heavy. All I heard was bing, 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 bing. That was my mud flap and the bracket bouncing down the road. I figured I lost it, so I got the other one off. And I got this one kind of on a little bit. It's like a breakaway. It's supposed to snap in there. I don't know why they ain't doing it. 2 bolts on the inside right there that I put on there. So anyway, I'm finna put this on real quick, guys. I had this in the video. I don't know if the video's gonna be in, but I'm putting it in there. Like little small stuff you gotta do yourself. You know, like this right here, I could do it myself. I tried to say the other bracket, but this other one right here. And also too, when you put the mud flap on, make sure you got some reflective tape on there. So I got some reflective tape right here I'm gonna put on here. Probably like right here below that. I'm gonna put it on here first, then I'm gonna put that on there and make sure I don't put it too high. But it's my old one that broke off. This one broke off from here. It bent back, you see where it's bent at? And it just snapped off. These are breakaways like this, but it bent so far, see? It actually moved, little breakaway on it, but it bent too far where it just couldn't hold the pressure no more. So anyway, all right guys, let me take care of this real quick, guys. All right guys, stay tuned. Alright YouTube, so now I'm finna put my thread, my reflective tape right here, on here. And then that'll be it for this, guys. And there you have it, guys. Mud flap on, bracket on, reflective tape on, guys. Anyway, alright guys, stay tuned. Try YouTube, check it out. It's something different, but I'm at the rail yard. And you can see I'm getting this track side, but the kingpin not locked in, guys. So sometimes you could like hook up to it kinda sorta. Like I'm on an angle right here. And I let it up a little bit, not too high, so in case it drop, it ain't gonna drop too far. So what I'm finna do, I got air running to the back, I'm finna try to pull out without this falling off. Sometimes you can do it, guys. All right guys, it didn't work because them locked up back there, they're not moving. So if this was able to roll, I could have got it. I could have just, all I'm trying to do is move it out a little bit so I get a better grip on it. So I was moving it, but I was looking at the tires back there and I could see they wasn't moving. So maybe they locked up, I don't know, but I gotta try to grab it right. I'm trying to ask for a spotter. You see my position now, my kingpin way over there. 5th wheel right there. So I'm finna try to grab it again, guys. All right guys, stay tuned. Right now I jacked it up, so I'm finna release my airline. I'm trying to back up onto the other side of that bumper. I raised it up a little higher. All right guys, finally got it. Now I'm finna go grab this boy. Got a couple things I gotta take care of back there, but you know, same old, same old. Can't get it the regular way, try this way sometimes, guys. Sometimes it works. Anyway, all right guys, stay tuned. There's a lot of traffic out there for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's an accident or what. Make sure I'm checking out the chassis real quick, guys. Make sure everything copacetic, you know what I'm saying? But I get to the point of the video right now, guys. So man, I done left gloves from everywhere, guys. So if you ever leave, you have such your gloves down, make sure you Don't forget your joints. That bumper leaning crazy. Somebody, anyway. The 1020s, you can't give me 1020s. The purpose of this video, guys, is it's about different type of rail yards, different type of running out of rail yards you could do. I know I had this question asked, hey man, what kind of rail yards do you do? Do you regional, are you over the road? Are you local? What do you do? Well, there's different things you could do in this business, and I'm gonna try to explain in this video best as possible. But you know, hopefully I don't butcher it, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what kind of work you're doing, depends on which company you're with or which broker you're dealing with or whatever. I'm gonna use the companies because this is the side I know. So all companies don't do the same type of rail work. You got some companies, they do regional of the location or the I guess the origin of where you at. Origin like location like at your terminal. They do sub-regional and regional. Sub-regional is like local / regional, but it ain't really quite regional. Ain't as far as like regional, I guess. Cause you know they consider local 150-mile radius. Some companies do. So me, that's like kind of sub-regional to me. But I digress. So if you go 200 miles, I guess one way. I guess that's sub-regional. I don't know. Semantics. This is wordplay. I ain't finna go down the rabbit hole. But you have, I'm finna try to say it without butchering it. You have, I'm just gonna name all type of work you could do in the rail yard, and then you guys sort out the details later on. One way you could do rail yards, you could do crosstowns or ramp to ramp. That's when you take a box, like this box right here. You may take this box from this rail yard to another rail yard. Now what happens is the train may have to come here to drop work off. This box get dropped, but they wasn't, or they have a train, I guess, going down to the other rail yard. Whatever the case may be, this box got to go from this rail yard to another rail yard. All the logistics behind it, I don't know. But I just know we do crosstown sometimes. We got to go from rail to rail or ramp to ramp. A lot of guys like that because it's local. You inside the city, you ain't leaving you may go to the suburbs. Like over here where I'm at, we have like a lot of rail yards. So it's easy to do crosstowns all over the place because if the work is there, it's easy to do them because, I ain't gonna say easy. Depending on the type of day, you gotta know what you're doing with that too. You gotta dodge. You gotta deal with all these rail yard rush hours, and then you gotta deal with the regular rush hour outside of the rail yard. So I ain't gonna say it's easy, but it's doable. Depends on what you're working, which ramp you're going in, what time of day. But for the most part, crosstowns is one way. Another way you have rail to customer, customer back to rail. That means you get a load at the rail yard, you go to the customer, you unload, drop a hook, whatever you gonna do down there, pick up a box out that same rail yard or out that same customer, and you bring it directly back to the rail yard. You got some customers, they just do that. They don't deal with the crosstowns. You got some companies that only deal with that type of work. They don't necessarily deal with crosstowns. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on I guess what they got going on and what's available, what lane they running of intermodal or whatever. You have some companies that deal with rail yard to customer, customer to customer, and then customer back to the rail yard. All companies don't do this, but you may have some that will do it, and you may have some that have a mixture of everything, but that I'm naming on this video. But you got some companies that just particularly just do that. They don't do nothing else. You have some that do that. Or you have work that actually only consists of doing rail yard to customer, customer to customer, and back. How that will look is, if I get a load out the rail yard, I take it down to this customer, I deliver it to the customer, I get it empty out that customer, I take that empty from the customer, take it to another customer, drop that over there, or get live loaded that, get loaded, whatever is there, bring it back to a rail yard. So you got some guys that do that too, and some companies do that too. Then you got some rail yards that just run, I call these guys like outlaw trucking, man. They just run wild. They just take a load, this load may go 700 miles one way, but they got turnaround time on the next day. So the guy may go down one way, go down there, unload, load, or whatever you gonna do down there, and then bring the box back to the city, back to the rail yard. You got companies that do that too. They actually stretch out. I know guys that went from here to Texas, from Chicago to Texas with a box. I know guys that went from here, from Chicago, to like they went down to Alabama. I know guys that went to Colorado from Chicago with a box. So there's no telling where these boxes could go. But I had to input this with them doggone 1020s. I seen a guy, he said he went to Colorado with 1020s. I think he had like 2 blowouts with them things. I told him, got to be more careful. But anyway, Your boy ain't, man, I sweat going 300 miles with them things one way. But anyway, I digress. So you also have guys that do, now of course I broke this down in other videos, you have the different division of rail yards. You got the 20s and 40s. These and these 53s, they kind of do similar work. This is more import. That means they're coming from overseas or something like that. This is more domesticated. Like the 53s are more domesticated. They like stay within the United States. Like them boxes coming from they coming off the boat. Them guys right here. Them 1020s, we stuck here with them guys, but hey, they come with the process. But I ain't gonna lie, these 53s got some 1020s too. Don't go 1020s, they over there too. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, you have different type of work with the 40s to 20s. They stretch out too. I seen both of these guys stretch out. I seen 53s and I seen 40 to 20 stretch out. You also have like a lot of smaller work. You got some companies that actually deal with both. I dealt with this company. They had rail to customer, customer to customer, and they had crosstown. They actually did both of them. I haven't really seen many other companies that do like a lot of intertwining with the lanes. They either do one or the other, one of the ones I dealt with, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you have the regional work. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but you go out probably like 300 miles. I know, remember when I was doing regional, I would go out 280, 300 miles, sometimes 320 one way, and I would drop the load or do a live unload or something like that and then drive back. But for the most part, that was my regional. That's when I went regional. I did that for like, I don't know, 5 years, something like that. But for the most part, I don't know, I guess sub-regional, they call it sub-regional, but I don't know. It's either regional or local to me. But they got their different divisions of it. So if you ever decide to do rails, or if you're doing rails, depending on what you're doing, what kind of work you got lined up for you, you may fall into one of these categories. Anybody, of course, I don't know everything. So anybody else that did this type of work, and I'm forgetting something on this video, put in the comments below for people in the back, you know what I'm saying, who don't know about this, you dig, you know what I'm talking about? But anyway, your boy I did all of these, all the ones I named on here. And there's other stuff too, there's other type of rail work too. You got the tankers, the bulkhead, not the bulkhead, but them freaking ISO tanks, ISO container things. I never did them, but I see them guys in the yards all the time, but I don't know exactly what they do. But yeah, you got all type of stuff with this rail yard stuff, guys. It ain't limited to like one thing and one thing only. You may get 4 guys coming to the rail yard and they all doing totally different type of work because of the different lanes they have running. So one guy may be coming in, stretching out further, one guy may be going around the corner. You don't know what's going on. You're just trying to get in, make sure your box is roadworthy to get up the road. That's all you try to do. That's the whole goal. So at the end of the day, guys, I hope this video really gave some clarity to the type of rail work you could possibly do in this business. But anyway, if you stop by for the first time, hit the subscribe button. Why don't you come do Watusian, baby? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the button. It's down at the bottom of the screen. Hit it. And also, if you need one-on-one coaching, intermodal driver, regular driver, owner-operator, or company driver, you try to figure out how to make this thing work for you, email me at info@truckingthelife.com. Serious inquiries only. Don't want to waste your time. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, YouTube. Hope this video is helpful. Give you a little understanding of what's going on here. I'll see you guys in the video. Peace.